Greetings everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm your host Captain Rye, and today I'm back in World of Warships, this time in a class of ship, and a particular ship that you haven't seen me in a while. That's right, I'm back in my Fletcher doing unspeakable things to the enemy team. Match mode is Epicenter, my least favorite mode, and this is post-patch 5.15.1. So, I'm actually trying to complete the Honorable Service campaign, and I'm not having too much luck with it. It seems like every time I select something that should be super easy for me, things like come in top of your team for XP earned on a win, get 3 capture or capture assist ribbons in a single battle, earn 2 heroic achievements. Things just go south for me. As the battle gets started, you'll notice there are a lot of destroyers on the enemy team. It is a tier 10 maximum battle. The enemy team and my team both have a Shimakaze. The enemy team has 2 Fletchers, however, and 2 Kagiros, and this is going to be a bit of a problem because my team only has the 1 Fletcher. They only have me. And our Shimakaze and their Shimakaze are going to start off the battle by engaging each other, and it's not going to go well for either one of them, unfortunately. I've pushed into the center ring. I'm looking around me, seeing what's going on, and there is the enemy Fletcher, one of them, and I'm going to go ahead and open up on him. Now, I opened up on him because I was sailing in and I was going to be detected anyway. I might as well get the drop on him. So I'm popping smoke, I'm trying to get my ship turned around, use the smoke basically like you would use islands, just break line of sight, break that cover. Friendly Benson comes up behind me. He's turning away, so I feel confident in my ability to fire off torpedoes. I'm going to try and get torpedoes off into that smoke screen. With any luck, that Fletcher will still be there. As you can see there, the team situation, both our Shimakazes in the match. Our Shimakaze and their Shimakaze have both managed to kill each other. Or both managed to die anyway. I don't know if they actually killed each other or not. Enemy Fletcher, no, he took off. He's not an idiot. Dropped his smoke screen, ran away. Unfortunately, I managed to beach myself on the rocks here. Not the best situation to be in, especially when there's a lot of destroyers hanging about. Now I'm trying to get shots off the Fletcher. He's quite a bit of range, but you know, he's just inside my range capabilities. He's not moving very fast. Who knows, with any luck, maybe I'll be able to take him out. He's getting down there pretty darn low health. But I think he stopped firing, which means, yep, there it is. He's dropped off detectability and is no longer spotted. Well, between all of the smoke screens, that was going to happen anyway. Now I have a really big problem. I have an enemy New Orleans up there, and tier 8 plus Soviet or American cruisers, and you're just going to kind of have to assume that they've got radar. And this is a big problem. Anytime you have a cruiser with radar, and there I am being detected by that radar. I fire off a blind shot towards the Iowa in the distance, kind of hoping that I'll be able to get him, and I fire off a shot a little bit forward of the lead indicator for that New Orleans, kind of expecting him to continue his turn a little bit. But I am being detected, so the enemy battleship's off in the distance there, as well as whatever's in that smoke screen is taking shots at me, trying to take me out of the game. My team's just lost a cruiser, but just look at that. That New Orleans, who was detecting me, did in fact continue his turn, and it looks like I'm going to hit him for 3 torpedoes, and there it is, my first kill of the game. Pulling those scores back. The torpedoes out of those Iowas look pretty good, but That kind of range, the spread's pretty big, and you know what? You know, people give it shit for not being a particularly maneuverable ship, but she is fast, and if you got the rudder shift modification, she can turn pretty well. So I'm going to push back up into the center cap. We just have not been able to cap. I mean, it is epicenter. The developers wanted people to get stuck in like this, and they've achieved their objective here, that's for sure. But it makes being a destroyer incredibly difficult, especially when you have a bunch of other destroyers on the enemy team. Normally, in this kind of situation, the enemy team with the most destroyers would win. As you can see, we've managed to take out another enemy ship, and I'm detected again. I'm not entirely sure by what there for a second. This is a bit bad. I fire off a set of torpedoes at that Yamato, and I'm almost ready to fire off a second set of torpedoes. Come on, get it up there. The Yamato, surprisingly quick. I never seemed to be able to have that kind of luck when I played the Yamato. Just didn't want to get up and go as quickly as possible. So I fire off the first set, kind of a bit behind the lead indicator, expecting him to continue to stop. But he stopped, changed directions as now he's heading forward. Fired off my second set of torpedoes forward of the lead indicator, and of course, he's turning. Well, crap. But do manage to hit him for one and cause some flooding. With any luck, I can set him on fire. Of course, the flooding's not going to do any good because he's already managed to put out the fire, popped his damage control ability. So maybe here I can get him on fire, and there's a fire, and that one's going to burn for a little bit. Take a look there, though. I just hit a torpedo and caused flooding on something else, and that's the something else. That Baltimore in the background just got nailed by a torpedo from the first spread I fired. But you'll notice that my second spread there was more than well on its way. Enemy Yamato gets taken out of the game. There's another torpedo hit on that Baltimore, and it caused flooding yet again. Now, it's more than likely that Baltimore popped his damage control ability when the first torpedo hit him and caused flooding. So as you can see, my damage counter continues to tick forward. That tells me that Baltimore is continuing to flood. Oh yeah, son. This gonna be good. Fire off torpedoes. Kind of towards that smoke screen. Maybe with any luck, I'll be able to get some hits out there. Firing off those torpedoes, more specifically the second set, at that enemy battleship, that Bismarck. Hopefully, with any luck, I'll be able to nail him as well with torpedoes and save our friendly battleship, who's taking quite a beating from secondaries. Enemy torpedoes coming in, that's not good for our battleship. Looks like I do in fact nail that Bismarck, finish him off with torpedoes. Good kill for me. Again, pulling those scores back. But again, looking at this situation, we're in a really, really bad situation. There's another kill
Torpedoes astern
for the battleship. That first kill was actually the Baltimore, killed him with flooding. Managing to pull the scores back, and that's really the only thing that's keeping us in the game right now. If you look at the situation, the enemy team has pretty much all of their destroyers still alive. They have 2 Fletchers and 2 Kagiros. We just managed to kill one of their destroyers, but they still have 2 Fletchers and a Kagiro left, and that Kagiro is mostly full strength. And this is bad for us. At this point, those destroyers should pretty much be having a field day because the only thing that they need to worry about is me. I'm the only player who can successfully spot them. I misjudged this turn here as I try to sneak up to this island. Didn't stop quickly enough. I was kind of hoping I could sneakily get some torpedoes off, skirting the side of this island and hit that Iowa there for pretty much full damage. That's alright, he got closer in the process. I caught my smokescreen. He wrecks our friendly battleship. But you know what? Our friendly battleship wrecked him to hit him for so many citadels, and that's a little disappointing because all of those torpedoes of mine are going to hit that battleship. And I would have loved to cause way more damage. I'm now on 4 kills. 4 kills. 2 cruisers, a battleship. And I am looking for more. No, I'm on 4 kills with 2 cruisers and 2 battleships. And now there's only 1 battleship left in the game and 3 enemy destroyers. How these destroyers managed to fail so miserably, I don't know. There's 1 Fletcher, very low health. There's the 2nd Fletcher, extremely low health. He's a one-shot kill. Shift focus, decide to shoot at him. Secure my Kraken Unleashed as a result. Now, the question is, can I take out the other 2 destroyers? I'm lower health than that Kagero, but I'm a Fletcher. That Kagero does not stand a chance if I decide to go into a straight-up gun duel with him. Managed to pretty much mostly avoid all the remaining fire that comes in there. Broke line of sight with the enemy destroyers, and that's a good thing. Fletcher launched torpedoes out. Not a problem. Dodged them by a mile. Contemplating putting torpedoes out on this enemy battleship. The problem is I got a friendly battleship up there pushing up, and I don't want to accidentally torpedo a teammate. That would be bad, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hold off on that. I know there's a low health Fletcher back over in this direction, and there's the enemy Kagero, who is pretty much full health. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open up on him, and I'm going to start wrecking him. And that's exactly what my guns are doing. They're just wrecking him. There's my Confederate medal as I continue pouring on the fire. Can I get a high caliber? There it is. There's my high caliber. But it'd be great if I could get even more damage done. Now, it's time to activate the torpedo beats. Come on, torpedo beats. Yes, managed to do it. Enemy Fletcher, he's wrecking me from the side. This is a very bad situation. Fire off shots, hoping those would kill him, but they didn't kill them, and I switched my fire over to the Fletcher too soon. This could be a real problem. Fire off a set of torpedoes into that channel. Maybe he'll sit there. Oh my god, that Kagero is so low health. I want the kill. Secure my kill on the Kagero. There's 6 kills. Fortunately, friendly cruiser back behind me had my back, and he supported me and took out that Fletcher. I was able a little bit to break line of sight against that Fletcher by getting back behind that island, and that, combined with the cruiser focusing his attention, is probably what saved my ass from dying just there. I mean, look how low health I am. I'm so low health, in fact, even though I'm far enough away, I decide I'm going to pop smoke screen, because the last thing I need is for that battleship to look at my general direction, see an extremely low health battleship, cruiser, destroyer over here, and decide that he wants to secure a kill and take guns out of the game. This poor Iowa, last guy. Gonna continue pouring fire on him. I've set him on fire at least once. He's already on fire, but I don't think that's actually my fire. There is another fire, and now this guy is burning in multiple locations. More importantly, he's closing in on a Yamato. You know this isn't gonna end well for him. So really, it's just a matter of doing as much damage as I can before that Yamato secures the kill. And he's almost dead. Who's gonna get the kill? Nope, it's not me. Victory! 173,000 damage done. I was having an argument with somebody on one of the forums about base XP and free XP. I said I averaged about 1,500 free XP in my Fletcher, and as you can see, when I have victories like this, 2,000 free XP. 677,000, almost 678,000 credits earned. Top of the team for XP earned by almost double the next nearest player on the team. Given the game, no surprise there. Anyway, that's it for today's video, folks. If you liked the video, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. If you'd like to get semi-regular channel news and updates, you can do so by liking and following me on Facebook. If you'd like to help support me and my channel, please do so by visiting my Patreon and donating there. And if you'd like to see a live stream, live gameplay, you can do so by following me on Twitch and watching me live there on Sundays. And if you've got a replay that you'd like me to feature, you can do so by PMing me a YouTube, sending me a message on Facebook, or sending it to my email address. You can find the links for all of those in the video description just down below. And as always, I'll see you next time. This is Captain Rye, signing off.